British Special Forces soldiers put Afghan prisoners on a forklift, raised it up, drove fast, slammed the brakes, and watched them fall off. All this for fun. A whistleblower told the UK's Afghanistan inquiry. Another described the base as Lord of the Flies, personnel who'd gone wild. 3 farmers were killed, their family quietly paid off. Nobody was supposed to talk about this. New testimony at the UK's Afghanistan inquiry has revealed disturbing new allegations about the conduct of British Special Forces, with 2 whistleblowers describing what they say was a deeply troubling culture during military operations in Afghanistan. The evidence was presented as the public inquiry continues examining allegations of unlawful killings by UK Special Forces between 2010 and 2013, as well as claims of a subsequent cover-up. One of the whistleblowers, Monica Grenfell, who worked with UK Special Forces between 2015 and 2018 as a kitchen staff member and storewoman, told the inquiry she had been shocked by stories shared by a former soldier who had served in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Grenfell described the atmosphere at one Special Forces base as coarse and feral, saying it felt as though the soldiers had been let off the leash.
I specifically recall him telling me that he would put prisoners on a forklift, raise it up and drive very fast so that they fell off. He said that he behaved in the same way in Afghanistan. I mean, he wasn't doing anything alone, but it was something they did for fun, doing this and jamming on the brakes so they fell off.
Grenfell recalled constant sexual banter and said another colleague had compared the environment to Lord of the Flies, describing personnel as having gone wild. The inquiry also heard evidence from Christopher Green, a former Army Reserve soldier who served in Afghanistan in 2012. Green told the inquiry he attempted to raise concerns over the killing of 3 brothers in the village of Rahim, who intelligence officers reportedly believed were farmers rather than Taliban commanders. Green said the operation had been described to him as one that had gone wrong, but when he questioned what had happened, he faced hostility.
At some point, I was called a Taliban-loving apologist.
The inquiry heard the brother's mother, Bebe Hazrata, had reportedly been paid the equivalent of £3,634 in cash by the UK government after the death of her sons, which was described as an assistance payment. Green told inquiry chairman Lord Justice Haddon Cave,
You know, in incidents where Taliban leaders were lawfully killed in the course of combat, there was no need to recompense the families to satisfy the local nationals, and that is not something that Her Majesty's government were in the habit of doing. So it is a very unusual policy, and to my mind it was an admission of guilt that we had killed the wrong people, and that these people were not actually Taliban commanders.
Green also said he requested access to operational footage of the incident, but was denied permission despite holding the necessary security clearance. Responding to the latest evidence, the UK Ministry of Defence said it remains fully committed to supporting the independent inquiry while also supporting Britain's Special Forces. It added that transparency and accountability remain essential and said it would respond fully once the inquiry has completed its work. Kenya's parliament has dropped a bombshell. After a detailed inquiry into British Army Training Unit Kenya, or BAT UK, lawmakers delivered one of its strongest condemnations yet of the British troops stationed in the country. Reuters reports the committee's findings, dated November 25th and published on Parliament's website on December 2nd, stated,
We had uncovered a disturbing trend of sexual misconduct by BAT UK personnel, marked by rape, assault, and abandonment of children, fathered by soldiers. The public hearings in areas where BAT UK trains had brought to light evidence of numerous injuries and deaths to Kenyans employed by British forces to clear unexploded ordnance without protective equipment, as well as environmental damage caused by the illegal dumping of toxic materials. BAT UK is increasingly seen as an occupying presence rather than a development partner.
The inquiry opened old wounds, including the high-profile 2012 murder of 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru, whose body was discovered in a septic tank near the British camp in Nanyuki. A British soldier, Robert Purkis, was arrested in the UK last month after a renewed push for accountability. He has denied involvement and now faces extradition proceedings. But this goes deeper than one case. Bloomberg reports that lawmakers accused Bharti UK of a wider spectrum of decade-long abuses, citing the committee's finding that the British Army engaged in human rights violations, including torture, harassment, unlawful detention, and forced evictions.
The inquiry further uncovered a disturbing trend of sexual misconduct by BAT UK personnel, marked by rape, assault, and abandonment of children fathered by soldiers.
Lawmakers also accused the British Army of refusing to engage with the investigation. According to Bloomberg, the report said,
BAT UK had persistently declined to appear before the committee, instead submitting an unsigned document. Conduct described as showing institutional contempt for the authority of Parliament and, by extension, the sovereignty of the people of Kenya.
The United Kingdom has expressed regret over the concerns raised by Kenyan lawmakers, stopping short of direct accountability, insisting it is ready to investigate any new allegations. In a statement to Reuters, the UK Ministry of Defence said,
"The ministry deeply regrets the challenges that have arisen in relation to our defence presence in Kenya, and was prepared to investigate new allegations in the report once evidence is provided."
BAT UK, in its formal submission to the committee, reiterated its internal policies, stating it has zero tolerance for sexual exploitation and abuse, and that environmental audits show high levels of compliance with Kenyan regulations. The Ministry of Defence also issued an emailed response to Bloomberg saying,
"We deeply regret the challenges which have arisen in relation to our defence presence in Kenya. Where new allegations have come to light in the committee's report, we stand ready to investigate those under our jurisdiction fully once evidence is provided." The response to the issues highlighted during the inquiry, outlining actions taken to address the concerns raised.
With the current Defence Cooperation Agreement signed in 2021, set to expire next year, the political pressure surrounding BAT UK's future presence in Kenya is now intensifying.